What up? It's your boy, Gray Guardian. It's time for a new emulation demonstration video. Now, this isn't gonna be like PS1, PS2, etc. because I cannot show you how to put the BIOS file in the emulators on camera. That is apparently illegal. But looking back at my old RG406V video, it is okay to show you where I get my ROMs from, especially if, you know, the games are like 20, 30, 40 years freaking old, because who cares, okay? So I decided I'm gonna start small. Like, people gotta know how to emulate games. You know, our hobby, the video game hobby, it's becoming quite dystopian. So people are worried about, oh, my games, do I own my games? Well, now you get to own them. But I hope you're okay with playing old games. If you're not okay with playing old games, go find another hobby. You're a freaking pleb. Go find something else to do. You're not a hardcore gamer. Go find another hobby, please. Just go find something else to do, for Christ's sakes. If you don't like Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games, Game Boy Advance games, don't even watch this video. Shut up. You're not relevant to this hobby. Thank you very much. Okay? Because I can't stand the narrative of old games aren't good and whatnot. You know, modern gamers are just insufferable. I swear. Absolutely insufferable. And this is why they settle for the mid to crappy games like Spider-Man 2 for PS5. Homie, Game Boy Color Spider-Man all day, every day. I will die on this hill. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. Okay? So, I'm going to show you how to emulate Game Boy games. OG Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. Let's get into it. Okay, so obviously, the first thing you're going to do is you need an emulator, okay? You can get one in the Google Play Store. You can use any of the Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance emulators to do this. Some of them may contain ads. I've tried it before. They're not that bad. And pretty much all of these emulators work the same way.
Okay, so basically what you got to do is you got to connect the emulator to the folder that you want to put the ROMs in, right? So what's going to happen is you're going to download your emulator from the Google Play Store, of course. These were already pre-installed onto this device, so I didn't get these from the Google Play Store, but all the emulators work the same way. So it's going to ask you where you want to, where you want the emulator to read the ROM. So you create the folder and you connect that folder to the emulator. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult.
So what you're gonna do next is you need your ROMs to put in the folder that you have connected to the emulator, right? So you go to, this is the website I use. You see it right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna emulate Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, the European version, the USA European version right there. You see it. I just already installed it. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly how you install the emulator, or install the ROM into the emulator, right? Now, hold on, I just shook my tripod here. Now the emulator I'm using is the gbc.mu right here. You see it? If this would focus, I wish this would focus better. You know what? Maybe I should turn the. I'm gonna turn my stick LEDs off because I think that's making it bug out. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So yeah, I'm using gbc.mu. So this is what you do. Okay. Go back. And as you can see, this is the ROM right here. Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle's right here. You're gonna tap on that, right? And now you see this right here. So what you do is you highlight this. This is what you do when the game is in a zip folder. You see how I'm gonna show you. You see how that has like a zipper looking thing on it? That's a zip folder. So you go in there, you highlight it, extract to. Now we're putting this in the Game Boy Color emulator. You see how that right there, it says GBC to the left. That's my Game Boy Color emulator. And then you hit extract. And the game is in there. It's going in there now. So now you go to the emulator that folder is connected to, right? It's connected to this GBC, open content. And as you can see, I now have Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle in there 2 times because I installed it just now again. Now let's tap on it. And it's running. And I played the heck out of this game growing up. I was a big Looney Tunes fan as a child. Because, you know, that was back when Cartoon Network was lit. And it showed all the cartoons, including the old school cartoons. And look, Sylvester's trying to kill me. The objective of this game is you have to get all the carrots before Sylvester. Or Yosemite Sam. And I think, Elmer Fudd basically kill you. If they touch you, you die. And this game was so freaking addictive for absolutely no reason. I could sit and play this game all day. It was a fun little game, man. And I think it has like hundreds of levels in it, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this game it's addictive. Okay, very addictive. So now we're gonna demonstrate with the Game Boy Color games now. So we're gonna go back to romsfun.com if this would open. Okay. So let's think of another game. Let's try so first you're gonna select the console. That's number 1. We want Game Boy Color. You know what? We'll just do any random game. If I see something that catches my eye. Let's see here. Ooh, Resident Evil Gaiden. You know what? I've always wanted to play that. Alright, so we're going to do Resident Evil Gaiden. Which was the Game Boy Color version of Resident Evil 2, I think? I've always seen this game online. Never played it. So, this will be an interesting little download here. Now, pop-ups may happen on this website. Just back out of it. No big deal. And hit download. Downloading file. File downloaded. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go to files. Same thing. It's in a zip folder again, as you can clearly see right here. So you're going to do that. Do that. Extract to. Disk. GBC, that's what I named the folder, for short for Game Boy Color. Okay, mind you, old school Game Boy games will run on the Game Boy Color emulator, so you don't need the OG Game Boy emulator. I don't think that even exists. And then you're just gonna hit where it says extract right there. If it'll focus, you see where it says extract, hit extract, and now it should be in the emulator. Ready to play. It should be connected to the emulator. So when I hit my emulator, it should be in open content. As you get, yep, Resident Evil Gaiden. So then, boom. There you go. I totally forgot this game existed. That's Barry. I'm actually gonna play that. I am actually going to play that now. That's awesome. So now we're gonna do Game Boy Advance. Okay, so the Game Boy Advance emulator's right here, GBA.mu. That's the one I use. The ones that are in the Play Store, I'm sorry, they may contain ads, but they're really not that bad, because once you're in the game, the ads don't pop up when you're in the game. So it's not like the ads are really in the way, to be honest. So again, I'm going to demonstrate again. Let's find a Game Boy Advance game that I have not already emulated, because I think I've emulated most of the Game Boy Advance games from my childhood. Most of them. Ninja Turtles, Star Wars, etc., etc. Game Boy Advance. Where's Game? There it is. GBA. And then we're gonna hit search. Anything that catches my eye, I'm gonna get it. Sonic Advance 3 right there. I recommend Sonic Advance 3. I highly recommend Sonic Advance 3 if you have not played that. Ooh, Pokemon Fire Red. You know what? Yeah. Abso-freaking-lutely. I've been wanting to replay this game, so we gonna go ahead and emulate this. This was like the last Pokemon game that I actually played growing up. After Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, I beat both of those games. I was like, you know what? I think that's enough Pokemon, because like it was the same thing all the time, you know. Like I played the OG Pokemons for the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color as well. I used to steal my cousin's copies of those games and just play them. So it's downloaded. Now, it's most likely gonna be in a zip folder, I'm pretty sure. As you can see, yes, it is in a zip folder. You see that? So same thing. Tap on the zip folder. Hold it down, highlight. Boom. Extract to. And then you're gonna put it. This time, I have it in my GBA folder. You see that right there? GBA. GBA. So, extract. And now it should be in there. And then you go to the... Come on. Touchscreen's being weird. As you can see, the GBA emulator right there. Open content. And Pokemon should be in there. Where is it? Oh, yeah, there it is. I'm like blind here. See that? There it is. Pokemon Fire Red version, GBA. Hit it. Boom. It's that easy. It's that easy, people. Get to emulating your games. It is that easy. Next time, I will show you how to emulate PSP games, which are super easy, okay? That should take absolutely no effort. Best part is, the PSP emulator has no ads. But that's it for this video. I'll see y'all in the next one.